Assalamu alaikum. In our previous lecture, we explored the recycling strategies and product recovery options in reverse logistics. We also discussed the role of reverse logistics in the waste management hierarchy and how regulatory framework like extended producer responsibility EPR are driving sustainable practices. Today, we will shift our focus to the business implications of reverse logistics and recycling. We will examine the systematic challenges that companies face when implementing these practices and explore strategies to overcome these barriers. While reverse logistics offers significant environmental benefits, implementing these systems presents challenges related to costs, infrastructure, supplier cooperation, and ultimately consumer behavior. By the end of this lecture, you should be able to understand the business implications of adopting reverse logistics and recycling systems. You will identify the systematic challenges in implementing reverse logistics and product recovery systems. You will explore strategies to overcome barriers in reverse logistics and recycling systems. Let's begin by exploring the business implications of integrating reverse logistics and recycling into supply chain. How do you think reverse logistics and recycling can impact a company's bottom line? What benefits might a company gain from implementing these practices? Beyond cost savings, integrating reverse logistics and recycling into business operations is not just an environmentally responsible decision. It can also have significant business implications. While many companies initially view reverse logistics as an added cost, it can lead to long-term economic benefits through cost saving, resource recovery, and enhanced brand value. Let's look at the various business implications of adopting these practices. Number one, cost savings. These are the economic benefits. Reverse logistics can help reduce the costs associated with waste disposal and resource procurement. For example, recycling metals or plastics reduce the need of virgin materials, lowering product procurement costs. In addition, repairing or remanufacturing products can be more cost effective than purchasing new ones. For example, a company that recovers and reuses components from end-of-life products can lower production cost while contributing to a circular economy. Revenue generation. Products recovered through reverse logistics such as remanufactured products or recycled materials can be sold as new products or raw materials, generating additional revenue streams. For example, Xerox recovers its parts from old copiers and uses them to produce remanufactured units that are sold at a lower price but still maintain a good margin. Risk mitigation. Adopting reverse logistics helps companies manage risks related to resource depletion, waste disposal cost, and regulatory compliance. By implementing a take-back program and reducing reliance on virgin materials, companies can safeguard against resource scarcity and regulatory challenges. In Germany, the WEEE directive requires the recycling of electronic waste. Companies that have already set up take-back schemes and recycling processes can avoid regulatory fines and stay ahead of the competition. Branding and market leadership. In addition to direct cost savings, reverse logistics and recycling can enhance the company's brand image and provide competitive advantage. Consumers today are increasingly aware of the environmental impact of the product they buy and are more likely to support brands that align with their sustainability values. Brand loyalty. Companies that lead in sustainable practices often gain customer loyalty and market differentiation. For example, companies like Fairphone are known for their ethical production and recycling efforts, which strengthen customer trust and loyalty. Competitive advantage. Leading in reverse logistics and recycling also allow companies to differentiate themselves in the market. Sustainability becomes a key selling point for products, particularly as consumers increasingly prefer eco-friendly brands. Let's look into systematic challenges in reverse logistics and recycling. What do you think are the biggest obstacle for companies trying to implement reverse logistics and recycling systems? While the business benefits of reverse logistics and recycling are clear, the process of implementing these systems comes with a number of systematic challenges. Let's take a closer look at the obstacles companies face when trying to integrate these practices into their supply chains. Number one, high cost and infrastructure investments. Establishing an effective reverse logistics system and recycling program requires substantial investment in infrastructure. For example, companies must invest in collection centers to handle return and end of life products, repair and remanufacturing facilities to process used products, recycling centers to handle and process waste material. These upfront costs can be prohibitive, especially for smaller companies or those with limited resources. However, these costs are often offset by long-term savings in resource procurement and waste management. Consumer participation and behavior. One of the biggest challenges in reverse logistics is encouraging consumer participation in product return or recycling programs. Many consumers are not motivated to return used products or participating in recycling schemes unless incentivized to do so. For example, companies can implement trade-in programs where consumers can exchange old products for discounts or rewards on new purchases. Education. Companies must also educate consumers on the importance of returning products for recycling or reuse and explain how their participation supports sustainability goals. Supplier cooperation. Reverse logistics requires strong cooperation from suppliers, particularly when it comes to recovering products, materials, and components. However, suppliers may be resistant to take these changes if they lack the resources, incentives, or capacity to support sustainable practices. Companies must encourage suppliers to create mutually beneficial relationships that encourage sustainable product design, material recovery, and recycling. Capacity building. Building supplier capacity through training, knowledge training, and financial incentives is essential for effective reverse logistics. Regulatory and legal barriers. The regulatory landscape is a significant challenge for reverse logistics and recycling efforts. Governments around the world are introducing new regulations and compliance requirements related to waste management, product recycling, and producer responsibility. However, these regulations can vary by country or region, and navigating the complex regulatory framework can be difficult for companies. For example, the WEEE directive in the EU, in the European Union, and the Single-Use Plastics Directive are just two examples of regulations that enforce product take-back scheme and plastic reduction, which businesses must comply with. Companies must stay up to date with changing regulations to ensure compliance and avoid penalties. So, strategies to overcome barriers in reverse logistics and recycling. How can companies overcome these challenges associated with reverse logistics and recycling? What strategies can they implement to make this system more effective and efficient? Now that we have explored some of the key challenges in reverse logistics and recycling, let's look at the strategies that companies can use to overcome these barriers and implement effective reverse logistics system. Number one, investment in infrastructure. Companies need to invest in infrastructure to support reverse logistics and recycling. These investments include collection and return stations. Set up reverse collection points at retail locations, online platforms, or in collaboration with third-party logistics providers to collect used products. Recycling facilities. Develop or partner with recycling centers to process return products and recover materials for reuse. Repair and remanufacturing facilities. Companies like Xerox and Fairphone have successfully implemented remanufacturing operations that allow them to reuse components and materials from end-to-end life products, end-of-life products or end-of-life cycle. Consumer engagement and incentives. To drive consumer participation in reverse logistics, companies need to create incentive programs that motivate consumers to return products for recycling or reuse, incentivize to reuse. Then incentivize returns, offer discounts, rewards, or trade-in options for customers who return all products. Educational campaigns. Educate consumers on the environmental benefits of product recovery and recycling through marketing campaigns and sustainability messaging. Supplier collaboration and capacity building. Collaboration with supplier is key to ensuring a smooth reverse logistics process. Companies should work with suppliers to implement sustainability standards in product design to ensure that products are designed for disassembly, repair, or recycling. Share best practices with suppliers on sustainability and recycling technologies. Invest in training and provide incentives for suppliers to adopt sustainable practices. Regulatory compliance and advocacy. Companies must be proactive in staying ahead of regulatory changes related to waste management, product recycling, and producer responsibility. To manage these challenges, monitor regulatory changes. Stay informed of new laws and compliance requirements for waste management and recycling across markets. Collaborate with policymakers. Engage with industry associations and regulators to influence policy development and ensure that regulations are fair and achievable for businesses. Data and performance monitoring. Finally, companies must track performance and continuously improve their reverse logistics and recycling systems. Use KPIs to measure the success of reverse logistics initiatives such as the volume of products recovered, energy savings, and waste reduction. Monitor supplier performance, regularly audit suppliers and assess their commitment to sustainability and product recovery. To sum up all this, reverse logistics and recycling are crucial components of the circular economy, helping businesses reduce waste, preserve resources, and recover value from discarded products. Businesses must overcome barriers such as high cost, regulatory compliance, and supply resistance to implement effective reverse logistics systems. Strategies for overcoming these barriers include investing in infrastructure, engaging consumer, collaborating with supplier, and advocating for regulatory change. Tracking performance with KPIs and continuously improving system is a key to ensure long-term success in reverse logistics and recycling. That's all for today. Let's talk about it in detail in discussion room. Thank you.